All right, my next video on these awesome tap and play cards. I wanted to show this because I had a good question about the box. So these 2019 or 2017 Champions Trophy cards came in these boxes. And I actually did just confirm with probably the biggest expert on these cards in Australia. And he is very sure that there were not more than 100 sets of each created. Some might have even had less. I know that the Pakistan set, for example, wasn't even supposed to be printed, but then they won, so they ended up printing that. So all of these had 100 sets made at the most. I have on very good intelligence, so a very limited set. That makes a lot more sense. I've always wondered why these are so hard to find. You'd think with 200, they would be a little bit easier to find. For example, there's a gold set from 2019, the Australia set, where there's 50 cards printed. And I feel like those are a lot easier to find. The 50 gold set is not impossible. These 25, these silver ones, are basically impossible. And these ones up until now have been impossible for me to get. So happy to add these. Again, probably about 100 or less of these. But wanted to quickly show the Australia cards. So here you have Matthew Wade. And I did buy these from a seller in Australia who obviously had more access to the Australian and New Zealand players. So you'll see a lot more of these cards signed. When I get to the India cards, unfortunately, I don't know if I have any of the India cards signed, maybe one or two. But the Australia team got a good number of them signed. Glenn Maxwell, notoriously not someone who signs a lot. Ironically, when I went to see Maxwell in the United States as part of Major League Cricket, he was signing a lot for people, which I'm not quite sure why he was signing a lot there when he is known to not really sign in his home country that much. But these are really nice. So, this was a Mitchell Starc signature I did not have, signed card I did not have. I didn't have any of these cards actually, signed or unsigned. Here's a Steve Smith, which unfortunately he signed upside down over his face, which isn't my favorite, but it's a signed rare Steve Smith card. Here you've got a nice Pat Cummins and a Travis Head. So it's a nice little set. A lot of star power in that set, which is nice. And then on to the 2019. Again, these ones, someone was also asking about how many of these ones are out there. This one, there's no question. There's only 25 of each card printed. They're each set was serial numbered. So this here is all, actually that one's number 14. That's interesting. This one's number 14 as well. But yeah, so these ones are all number 14 or 15, apparently. I don't know how to pick up on that earlier, but some of these are 15 and some of these are 14. But yeah, that is the 2019 set. And again, happy to have some of those signed. Warner also notoriously not a great signer. But there you go. So that's my Australia cards. I got a lot of other Australian cards in this deal as well, but most of them are the New South Wales sets, which I will also go through in a future video. Thanks.